So what welcome, welcome. There's Patty down there following her turkey family. Well, say she makes friends, not like you, buddy. This is the third video, maybe the last, we'll see, of the first chapter of this incredible book called Ruth. And we left off in the middle of this dialogue between Noemi and her daughter-in-laws. And Noemi's given them permission to leave. They don't need to stay with her because she's going back to her homeland of Israel. And she tells them, find new husbands here in Moab. Don't live this poor pauper life that I'm now in existence of. Chris is feeding my people. That's where I'm going back. So, the daughters say, weepingly, that they will go with her to Noemi's people. And Noemi responds, return, my daughters. Why come you with me? Shall I have sons anymore in my womb, that you may hope for husbands of me? That's a pretty good question. Return, my daughters, and go your ways. For I am now spent with old age and not fit for wedlock. Although I might conceive this night and bear children, if you expect till they grow and be of man's age, you shall be old women before you marry. Do not so, my daughters, I beseech you, for your distress doth the more grieve me. And the hand of our Lord is come forth against me. As she speak in regards to the deaths. There's no songs, buddy, of the deaths of her husband and two children. Therefore, lifting up their voice, they began to weep yet again. Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, and she was obedient. She returned to her people. Ruth, however, she cleaves to her mother-in-law, to whom Naomi says, behold, thy kinswoman is returned to her people and to her gods. Go with her. And to her gods. Now, Noemi didn't mean for Ruth to engage in idolatry. Please understand this. The mother-in-law insinuated that if Ruth would not return to her country, she must also leave the false gods. So it's the exact opposite. Thusly, Ruth replies she would instead serve the one true God of the Israelites. How about that, Ruth, huh? A marvelous, incredible woman. So, Noemi, she answers. Noemi. Ruth replies to Noemi, be not against me to the end that I shall leave thee and depart. For whithersoever thou shalt go, I will go. And where thee shall abide, I also will abide. Thy people, my people. You see what Ruth is doing here? this incredible woman, she is now creating an oath and covenant with her mother-in-law. She's already married into the family, and though the husbands, Noemi's children, have passed, she is remaining defiant to the family she's married into. She has taken the vows of matrimony up for life quite sincerely. She is a rare jewel, especially during this time when the women the Israeli women just had nowhere to go unless they were married. Chances of them obtaining property was remote, though it did occur, like the daughters we covered before. That's not Ruth. Ruth has an astounding heart that is unmatched. Wherever you go, I go. Wherever you live, I live. Your people are my people. Your God, my God. The land that shall receive you, in the same will I die. And there will I take a place for my burial. These things do God to me, and these things add he, if death only shall not separate me and thee. It's like a marriage vow to the family. Where you go, I go. Where you die, I will die. Where you are buried, I will be buried. What a phenomenal woman to behold. Noemi, therefore, seeing that Ruth has this steadfast, stubborn mind, had determined to go forward with her, would not be against it, nor persuade her anymore to return to her friends, the Moabites, or to her own family. So they went forth together, and they came into Bethlehem of Judah. Not up north, but down here in south. So who being entered into the city, a bruit was quickly spread among them. You know what that means? A bruit was quickly spread? A report, so to speak. A report was quickly spread. All the city was in this communication all around them. It's like the press has suddenly opened up of Rumorville, gossiping. Look who's returned, it's Noemi, Noemi, it's Noemi. And she's brought someone with her. Her husband's dead, her boys are dead. Bethlehem was never, at that point in time, up until now, has never been moved with such news. So the whole city was hustling of Noemi's return. So these women, they said, this is that Noemi, to whom she says, this humble heart of this woman, call me not Noemi, which means beautiful. She doesn't want to be called beautiful anymore. Noemi means beautiful. But call me Morta. Morta means bitter. No longer call me beautiful, not bustling with life, but call me Mora, because I am grieving of death. Because with bitterness hath the Almighty very much replenished me. I went forth full, and our Lord brought me back empty. Wow. They say you claim all the knowledge from the men. These are fantastic words. She lets us know that life is just so unexpected sometimes. And it is so short, so temporally short here on earth, that in a moment's notice, you can have everything, and then it can be gone. It can snap of one's fingers. She was filled with life. She had a husband. She had the necessary wealth. She had protection. She had quarters. And that had all vanquished. Went forth. I went forth full. Noemi was indeed blessed with a husband, 2 boys, and certainly ample provisions. But now became bereaved of them all. From what we know, Noemi hasn't offended our Lord in any way, nor was she guilty of any particular mortal sin. Yet she was subjected to some grueling scenarios, which her humility refuted any opportunities of darkness that the devil certainly offered. We are going to have dark times. And so many of us lash out blaming Quias, our creator. Why did you take him? Why did you make me go through this? Never accepting responsibility. We all take our own paths. We all follow our roads, not knowing what lies ahead. It's chance sometimes. But you know what isn't? Your faith. If that remains adamant. Some of us consider it tests. Look at Abraham, when he was known as Abram, his only child. Chris asked him to sacrifice his child. And Chris, seeing how far Abram would take it, all the way to the blade, he was willing to do this. Can you call that a test? Chris already knew what Abram was going to do. How can it be a test when he already knows the answers? So I don't call these tests. I hate to refer to life as a test. I call them opportunities. Quias gave Abram an opportunity to prove to himself how much he loved Quias, because Quias already knew how much he loved him. Same thing with Moses. And all these prophets, they're not tests, children. They're not exams, brothers and sisters. They are opportunities. The opportunities that the devil offered Noemi, the Israeli famine compelled Elimelech and Noemi eastward into pagan territory. How about this? Noemi birthed 2 sons in Bethlehem, Mahalon and Chilion. But both were weak or sickly. Not very healthy, strong boys. Here's a third one. Elimelech dies while in Moab. A strange land for this woman. Everything and everyone that she knows is back west. Here's a fourth one. Mahalon and Chilion ignored the precept of Moses and married outside the tribes of Israel. The devil's there, certainly, offering these temptations, and her family sometimes succumbs to him, falling all about her. Here's another one. Noemi remains in pagan land for 10 years, a decade. But she remained loyal to Quias. She says, no, devil. Yes, I'm here. Yes, this is what the people practice, but I'm not going to be a part of it. Mahalon and Chilion both died childless while residing in Moab. Give you a couple more. Noemi and her daughters-in-law, Orpha, who is the wife of Chilion, and Ruth, who married Mahalon, become hungry and destitute. And finally, the Noemi women are forced to labor in the fields for food and provisions, whereas before, they didn't have to. They had the wealth, they had the money. They had men they needed to do the labor. Yet during these trials and tribulations and what may have appeared to Noemi that God had abandoned her, Quias rewards this matriarch for her adamant loyalty. And I'll explain this more when we return. But think about what I've told you so far. Contemplate the incredible words from both of these very, very incredible women, Noemi and Ruth. Pax Whooppies. Anything to add, buddy?